The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Only one of these teams will earn a shot at the Lombardi. The AFC title game is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Stroud in the air to start us off. Got it. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And it's scooped up by the Chargers! Well, this one's certainly off to an exciting start, partner. Hopefully this is the type of energy we're going to see the whole way today.
Defensive coaches, Kate, love to say, steal a possession, find a way to steal a possession. Well, they stole it on the very first play, and now put their offense in the driver's seat.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Herbert throwing right away. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Run! Set. Hey, go lion. Set.
Herbert from the gun. Taylor makes the catch. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Taylor tight.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. He finds McConkey. Touchdown, LA! He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Escapes out to the left. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right, they win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
They'll run for the first time with their rookie from Michigan. They gain 14 on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st down, and they go right back to him. This is ahead for about 5. David Ojabo making that tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Divine Diablo there on the tackle.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets a good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Back-to-back carries here. And he's able to get this down to the 36. 2 yards on the pickup. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Trying to push this past the marker. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a 1st.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that 1st by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Quick, right?
Shotgun now for Stroud. This one's caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. They're 3 yards closer to the end zone. Here comes 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2. Sometimes.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Texans reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. Fairbairn has it all. all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Set.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. This one finds Taylor. We're working a couple of yards past the line. Aziz Al-Shire that time on the tackle.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 32. That's him on the quick hitter. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. So we're through one here in the AFC title game. Both teams neck and neck so far. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They have it on 2nd and short. Taylor again. And he works this to the 38 before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
New set of downs for him at the 38.
59. Hey, Kappa. 21. 12. Really?
Herbert on 1st down. On target to his man Taylor. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Straight ahead with Taylor. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Ready.
Has it at the 7. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Ready.
From the gun, Taylor. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. 3 yards on the gain. Now they just need 2 more on 2nd and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Taylor has stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal.
Set.
Touchdown, Los Angeles. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
That one right down the middle. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Stroud. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by, I love this name, Devon Diablo. And the Chargers will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception.
Well, that defense got... extra after the pick, and any return is normally a product of good coaching. They drill this all the time on the practice field about becoming a runner, finding the near sideline, your defensive players becoming blockers. And I know it doesn't show up as a ton of return yards on the stat sheet, but boy, every yard's important and critical in the game of football.
Set. Hey, ram. Coleman troops right. Go.
First and 10. Here's Herbert. Hits his running back. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Taylor tight. Set. 380. 300.
Opening carry of the game for Kimani Vidal. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Set.
Herbert now to throw on 3rd. Completed to his running back. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
380.
On the counter, it's Taylor. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Back to throw. Here's Herbert. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Forward. To give up the middle. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Texans driving ahead. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Looking to throw. Stroud. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
Going on third down, Stroud. Rolling left, buying some time. Defense is too much here. The Chargers drag him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up fourth down. The Texans set to punt. And this is the first time he's been called on today. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Drive starts out with a first and 10.
Set. Ready.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. Will drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Set. Set.
Herbert now. He has the first over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Chargers will have a first.
Crowd right, crowd right, crowd right. Ray. Go.
Herbert back to throw. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Timeout call by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home that sack.
Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Henry To'o comes up with it. Second and long. They didn't have to pass, Brock, but you kind of knew that was what was coming. And they had the right coverage out there to pick it off.
Yeah, you really have two choices here, Kate, offensively, right? You could play conservative, try to get to a manageable third down, or you go step on the gas with aggressiveness. And I love aggressiveness. The problem? Well, this defense saw it coming, and even more so, they took it away. They went up and attacked it and got the ball for themselves.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. They really need some chunk yardage here on second down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. One last play before the break. Throwing it just before halftime. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Baylor Tiger. Baylor. Hey, easy. Go orange.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Taylor makes the catch. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Third and a lone yard coming up. That one's out and cut on the right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Now Herbert again. Caught by his back. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
First and 10 from the 41. gun. Hand off to Taylor. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Set. 380. 300. Set.
They go again with Taylor. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Go.
Herbert now off the play fake. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't make the connection. Was looking for Lad McConkey. So it'll be second down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Short pass brought in. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Christian Harris on the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Set.
Herbert from the gun. Looking right, and he finds him. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
21. 300.
Taylor. Does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Set. Hey, Ray. Set.
Another shot for Taylor. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Hey, I know 3rd and 1 feels like an automatic running down, but after seeing that last play yield you nothing, this offense and that coordinator's got a seed of doubt. This defense playing some mind games with them.
Hey, ram.
3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Set. 5-9. Ready.
Hands off headed right to Vidal. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Chargers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, they took a gamble, and it paid off with a touchdown on 4th and goal.
And to do it on the ground at that's a confidence builder. Confidence builder for the big guys up front. Confidence builder for the running back to win at the line of scrimmage. And frankly, Kate, a confidence builder for this fan base that loves coaches being aggressive and going for it on 4th down.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers stretch their lead to 21. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 14. Nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they had that one contained right at the line. Stopped by Deion Henley. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Extra defender in the secondary now for the Chargers. 3rd down coming. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun now for Stroud. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans start the second half with some needed points. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Texans get it back to a 14-point game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, go lion. Why did they...
Play action now for Herbert. Doesn't have the hook up there. Incomplete pass.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Herbert. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Taylor now up the middle. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Only one frame remains before we see who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. It's Charger ball. The Bolts just 1 quarter away from advancing in the postseason. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Set. Go.
On the play fake, it's Herbert. Escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Second and 6 coming up here. Another carry for him. They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Stroud. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. They kick the running back in motion. Trying again, following the sack. Put the body on the line for his team.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust. And trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Give now to the running back. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
1st down, Stroud. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Stroud to throw again on 2nd. Connection made to Dell. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Handoff now out of the gun. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And that's a huge still able to power through enough for a first and goal.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain for them, and now it'll be second and goal. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I tell you what, before the snap, I think everybody in the stadium would have said this offense was going to score on that series. The only people who didn't think that were the most important people, and that's the 11 dudes on defense that made the play.
Now Stroud on third and goal. The back grabs it, and he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone. Now it's Stroud. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on fourth and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now a run with Taylor. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's throwing deep to the... That's complete inside the 35. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
You know, Ken, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
A touchdown will put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal. Straight ahead with Taylor. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Houston calls it second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Taylor has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
where you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Running with Taylor. And that's just about to it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Dicker on now for the PAT. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Now, I'd say some frustrations at the deficit bleeding over onto the field as they get rung up for the personal foul.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Frustration and emotion, right? You got to play with emotion, but you can't let emotion play you. And especially when you're digging out of a hole like they are.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Stroud. That one's cut along the left sideline. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Stroud throwing here on first. Flushed down now to him. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And it's scooped up by the Chargers. There he goes. Right sideline. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return. Well, I love that. There was no thought of just covering it up, was there? He just grabbed it, instantly got his eyes upfield, and was looking for where to return it.
Now, I think you could hear what I could hear, Kate. What we hear on a practice field, scoop and score, scoop and score. They work on it, they rep it, they teach it. Well, they did the scooping, and now it's incumbent on the offense to go score.
Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. And they'll raise that Lamar Hunt trophy high as champions of the AFC. And that earns them 2 more weeks of football until they head to the Bayou and fight for a Super Bowl.